Hey friends, Joey Resendez here. Here is practicing the classics. This is going to be the episode for movement 2 of the Creston Sonata, okay? Um, so I auditioned with this movement for my auditions for college many years ago. 27 years ago, holy crap. Um, and this is so beautiful, and I just love this. As you look in here, there's a lot of accidentals that you have to be very aware of and make sure that they carry out through the bars. So let's just get into a little bit. Piano expressively. So right here off the bat, look at all these flats. Um, and I'll probably do a fork G flat in this case, second note of the whole piece or the whole movement. D flats slash C sharp. Make sure you're doing something to where those pitches will be in tune. If it's octave key and your third finger in your left hand, you can also add your right hand to that. So just make sure you're getting with the tuner and making sure that whatever you're doing is pulling it close to the pitch, okay? Yeah, and so there in measure 10, 11, we have the going up to the B flat right there. Bum, ba, da, 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 da. I would use bum, ba, side B flat in that first B flat in measure 11. And then when you go to the B flat with the top one quarter note, I would use a bis on that one. So side first, then bis, because you got the A flat that comes after that on the tie. And look at that dynamic difference right there. You got the mezzo forte to a pianissimo. That's a pretty big difference. So make sure you make a big deal about that. Starting in measure 10. Make sure your C does not stick out there in measure. Oh, I don't have my measures numbered. 1, 10, 11, 12, 13. Measure 14. You're playing this whole line here. Not whole line, but you have everything with the octave key, and you have that one C natural there in measure 14. Make sure that doesn't stick out. It's really easy to and then going back up, it's easy to muffle it. So that's a challenge. It's little things like that when you tackle and make it sound all uniform like that, it's really impressive. A little retard slightly. about phrasing throughout here. So you have a good guide with the hairpin dynamics here. So make sure you follow that, and you really have to coordinate with your piano player about your phrasing. I love this here, this little bit going into measure 20. You have all these flats, and you just really have to concentrate. Uh, Be really careful about your C sharps, that they don't soar on you. I heard one of mine now that I just played kind of get sharp on me, and I was like, oh. So okay, funny story. Right here in measure 20, 21, 22, 20, 23, after the dotted half note, you got ba-da-dum. In my audition at one of the schools that I auditioned at, played a big old fat D natural. Didn't know it, and the professor I was auditioning for stopped me and drew a huge sharp sign here. So I went. Sounded kind of good to me at the time, I guess, but he was like, no, that's natural. So if you can, I don't know if you can see it, right here, that big old sharp there on that high D. Harvey Patel drew that on my music. So thank you, Harvey. I'm never gonna miss it again. Says increase here in measure 21, 2, 3, measure 24. Boom, ba-da-da-dum. You have this little repeated motive here, and I think that's a good engine for you to get a little bit louder, but don't get too loud too soon. So, yeah, so make sure we cover your C sharps. At least I would. On each one of those, they all end like on a C sharp, quarter note there. It's going to be really exposed, so make sure you don't soar really high on those C sharps. Oh yeah, and also make sure that you are subdividing your 16th notes here. So you have that little 16th note pattern leading into the dotted A16 pattern. You got the triplet, 16th, and then that pattern. Make sure you have that motor going on in your head. You don't want to tripletize that. Sorry, I'm going to play it one more time. So this is kind of the climax, if you will, of this movement. This whole bit right here when you go up to the high F. That's kind of the biggest moment of this movement. So make sure you get your tuner out and make sure that the climax does not sound out of tune. Measure 30, we have a dotted eighth and then 2/32. Bum 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 ba-da-dum, bum ba-da-dum. another pattern right here. Bum ba da dum ba da dum bum bum ba da dum ba da dum. So make sure you're counting your 16th, so you don't start on the 30-second notes, whether it be the 30-second notes or the 30-second note triplets, too early. Okay. If anything, you can delay it a little bit, and that's kind of a technique called over dotting, where you go. I'd rather do that than play them too early, but try to get them right there in the pocket in time. Yes, and then we have this little coda here. Make sure that we play still in time, okay? Nice and soft. Make sure those eighth notes really kind of sing boom boom beam bom 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 bom. Really bring out that change in rhythm there. Lots of side A sharps here, okay? Not a bis B flat to be found in, except I think here at the very end. This is measure 40, 41, 42. Whoops, sorry. Oh, I would. Okay, I lied. Measure 40, 41, 42, 43. Measure 44. I would go back up to a bis A sharp and on count 2. On that one right there on count 2. So I was wrong. Sorry about that. Let's start back over here at measure 40, 41, measure 42, middle of the bar. Okay, I'm a big fat liar, so there are plenty of bis A sharps here. Right there on the downbeat of measure 43. And then really listen to the piano here for your time. The piano is your metronome here. Boom, 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 with the eighth notes. So, like I said, the piano is your metronome there. Boom, boom, boom. So 5/8 notes on the E sharp, boom, and then in the last beat, last measure, 4 on that G double sharp, which is A. For these last 2 notes, I put down my ring finger in my right hand. So call that 6 right here. So A, G double sharp / A. Add this, and then go to a bis B flat. Still have this down. Here I have a big of a difference that makes. It still makes a big difference on the A sharp. Yeah. Such a great movement. Intonation, phrasing, those are the biggest things, and tone quality, obviously. Those are the biggest things to keep in mind in this movement. It's an iconic movement in the saxophone repertoire. So thank you for watching, and good luck if you are planning on performing this or auditioning with this. And I wish you well. Have a great day. I'll see you for the third movement. Bye bye.